2026 is the most important year in Major League Soccer history. Now, you could argue every season in MLS is the most important year ever because the league is still so young, barely 30 years old, and it's evolving every single season and getting better every single season. But we all know 2026 is a little bit more special, more unique than a typical MLS year because the 2026 FIFA World Cup. But there's a couple more reasons of why this is such an important season and why MLS really needs to capitalize on 2026 if it wants to continue its journey in its growth. So let's start off with number one. Number one is making Major League Soccer more accessible for people to watch. Now, everyone pretty much knows that in 2023, MLS switched to Apple TV, which caused a lot of division because a lot of casual fans were turned off by the fact that you had to go through a paywall to be able to watch Major League Soccer. You had to have an Apple TV, not subscription, but you had to have an MLS season pass on Apple TV. But they didn't really do a good job of explaining you didn't have to have Apple TV plus MLS season pass. You could just buy MLS season pass through Apple TV. See, I'm confusing myself even talking about it. So you get what I'm saying. It was very confusing, wasn't easily accessible, and it turned a lot of people off, a lot of casual soccer fans in the United States. But things are changing in a big way in 2026. Hey, if you're enjoying the video, make sure you give it a like down below and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Guys, we are getting closer and closer to 12,000 subscribers. And with your help, I know we will reach that goal. So make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and hit that little bell notification so you never miss any of our videos. Now, back to the video. They are making it free for everyone to watch who has Apple TV Plus. Apple TV Plus, I want to say is, I think it's like $5.99 a month. Maybe it's went up. I have it. I'm not really sure how much it is. I think it's like $5.99 a month, but you don't have to pay for MLS Season Pass, which was $14.99 a month, unless you had Apple TV Plus, which made it go down value. See, it's more confusing stuff, but it's more accessible. And there are 50 million plus people who have Apple TV. So it's going to have a much broader audience in 2026. And the original plan for Major League Soccer and Apple was to get big names to make people want to subscribe because Apple TV or MLS Season Pass is available, I think, in 170 different countries. Their hope was that many people would find MLS intriguing, want to subscribe, and the numbers would go up and they would have a broader audience. But that didn't happen. There's been different reported figures of what and how many people subscribed, as low as 1 million, and I think as high as maybe 2 million. Not really sure if it's 2 million. And also, when they signed Messi in 2023, they thought that was really going to open the floodgates for people to come in and support the league. But that really didn't happen. There were a lot of people that wanted to tune in and watch Messi in 2023 and in 24 and 25, but it just didn't pan out the way they wanted to because a lot of people just didn't want to take the extra steps. But now it's accessible. People can watch it. If you have Apple TV Plus, you get MLS Season Pass, no additional fee, no $100 for the annual pass, which I had to pay for once or twice. Now, they also in 2025 were changing it to where people who had T-Mobile, and if you made a bet on like DraftKings or something like that, you got MLS Season Pass for free. Something promotional through those companies gave you MLS Season Pass for free. So they just went away with it. It's more accessible. More people will watch it. And I think that's going to help grow the league because millions more people are going to have access to see these players. And that's what MLS truly needs. They need more eyes. This is the first year in the revised deal with Apple TV or just Apple in general with MLS. And I think it's going to have more people watching this league, which is exactly what you want after the 2026 or during the 2026 World Cup cycle. The second thing, now this is very important too. This is something that's going to give Major League Soccer credibility. It is the Concacaf Champions Cup. I think MLS is finally going to win it again. They won it in 2022 with the Seattle Sounders when they beat Pumas. I think this is their year to do it again. And I think this is where we're going to see a run where they start doing it consistently rather than a one-off and then go several years without winning it. Now, Messi, Inter Miami, the Whitecaps are going to be in it. LAFC, LA Galaxy, several teams are going to be in it. But I think Inter Miami is the team that's going to hoist this trophy and help MLS get this credibility that they need to be taken more serious in the region. Now, I think Major League Soccer is very close to Liga MX in quality, but obviously there's a lot of Liga MX fans that disagree with that, and they will point to this specific tournament to show MLS's deficiencies. I think the tides are finally going to turn, and it's very important that MLS capitalize on this in 2026. And a team like Miami is doing that with the players they've signed. They signed Bertarame, Dane St. Clair, they've signed Facundo Mora, Mikael from Palmeiras. They've signed all these players, put all their eggs into this basket to win the Concacaf Champions Cup in 2026. And they're MLS's best hope. And I think all the expectations are that they will win it. And that is huge because if MLS can get more to point one, get more people to watch, and start winning some legitimate trophies, not just domestically, but this is the Federation Trophy for clubs, right? This is the CONCACAF Champions Cup. Winning this will be huge for MLS's credibility and show that the league is ascending and it is becoming a better league on a year-to-year basis. So I think that that is important, greatly important for Major League Soccer to win it in 2026, and I think they will. Now, point number 3. This is the biggest point, right? The 2026 World Cup, which is being hosted in the United States, Canada, and Mexico. Guys, this is huge. I've talked numerous times about the most exciting World Cup that I've watched in recent time was the 2014 World Cup because it was in Brazil. It was in the same time zone as us. I got to watch all the games. I didn't have to get up super early. I didn't have to step super late. Got to watch all the games and enjoy it. 2018, we didn't make the World Cup, the USMNT. 2022, it was in Qatar in December. Weird timing. Just wasn't the same. But I remember 2014 being absolutely electric. My favorite World Cup that I watched through and through. And I think 2026 is going to be that on steroids, and it's going to help elevate Major League Soccer's popularity in a huge way for multiple reasons. One, I think it's going to help because it's going to get a lot of casual fans who check out the World Cup, find some love for soccer, and then want to tune into their domestic league and give it a chance. So you're going to get a new audience, a new fan who's willing to give you a chance and see what your product's about. So that's good. Get your foot in the door. That's perfect. That's what you want. Number 2, they're going to sign some big names. 2026 summer is going to be huge for Major League Soccer. They are going to sign many, many big players. Now, I don't know the names, right? I don't have the crystal ball, but I can tell you the plan is and has always been to spend a lot of money and try to recruit as many big time players as you possibly could after the World Cup because Major League Soccer wants to be able to say, hey, you remember that guy who played for that team that you watched in your own backyard? He's coming to Major League Soccer. He's going to be playing in your domestic league in your backyard. Now, is it going to be Pulisic? Is it going to be someone bigger than that? I don't know. Like I said, I have no idea who they're going to sign, but that's the game plan. And I know they're going to be able to get several big fish after the World Cup. And it's going to help them be way more marketable. And I think a lot of people are going to tune in to see what it's all about. Number 3, it's also about proving that America is a soccer nation now. There was a recent report saying that soccer had overtaken baseball as the 3rd most popular sport in America. And I think the World Cup is going to have a huge effect on that and maybe amplify it in a bigger way going forward. I think that soccer has the potential to be the 2nd biggest league or sport in the United States. Probably the next 15 years, I think it will never overtake the NFL and football, but I do think it could overtake basketball. And it's already overtaken baseball, which is kind of a dying sport. And I think something like this could accelerate that and make it a true reality. And MLS would benefit from that. If the more popular soccer becomes in the United States, the more it helps Major League Soccer. Now, Major League Soccer is probably the 3rd most popular league in the United States as it currently sits. It's behind Liga MX because there's a lot of Mexican American who support Liga MX. And then obviously the Premier League is king. It's the best league in the world. Major League Soccer falls at 3rd. But I think they're making inroads to try to to move up and possibly be first or second within the next couple of years. And I think that could realistically happen with a lot of the changes that are being made. So this is such a big season, huge opportunity. It's also the last season we're doing the winter to fall schedule. After this, we're going to be switching to the European calendar. So this is the last classic schedule in Major League Soccer. You have Messi in the United States for the World Cup. He's going to be playing for Argentina. He's in your league. You also have Son Heung-min, who obviously has a huge appeal. A lot of Korean fans have started watching Major League Soccer and supporting it. He's going to be playing at the World Cup. He's playing in Major League Soccer. And like I said, there will be other big time names to follow next or this season after the World Cup. So 2026 is huge, more accessible. People are going to watch it more, and it's going to be open to 50 million people. Major League Soccer is going to have more credibility because they're going to win their region's Champions League for the first time since 2022. And I think it's going to look special because I think it's going to be Inter Miami. And obviously, Messi's going to give it more attention because of his club. It's going to make more headlines because of who's winning it. And number 3, the World Cup. World Cup is going to be the icing on the cake, amplify this whole thing. Soccer will never look the same in this country after 2026, especially if the USMNT have a great performance in 2026. And we'll see if they will. But that's my opinion on Major League Soccer and why it's the most important year in the existence of the league. I want to know what you guys think. Do you agree, disagree? What is your points? Do you think it's important? If you do, why do you think it's the most important? And if you don't, let me know why down below. Also, make sure if you guys enjoy this video, give it a like down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And hit that little bell notification so you never miss a video. Until next time, guys, I will see you all soon.